so this is a video about the bow. The bow is the stick, horsehair, frog, screw, and tip. Not many parts, but there's a lot of rules to remember. So when you pull your bow out of its case, it should be loose. Loose means the horsehair is very close to the stick. You can even go looser and see it's very, very loose. That's a great way to put away your bow. It needs to be relaxed after being played. If you do not put away your bow correctly and keep it tight, which is what we're going to do next for playing, it can pull out horsehair and warp the bow. So we're going to always make sure that when we put away our bow, it's loosened. Next step is getting it ready to play. So we're going to take the screw and twist it right. And I'm going to be watching the middle of my bow. There'll start to be a distance between horsehair and stick. How I know when to stop is that when I see still a little bit of a curve in my bow, but not a straight stick, that means it is a really, really good tension. Too tight looks like this. There's a lot more distance and it's almost completely straight across. This can cause the bow to break, stick to warp, and it'll especially pull on the glue that is down here holding the horsehair together. So keep a very close eye on how tight you are making your bow. Next is we're going to add something called rosin. Rosin is a sticky substance that we're going to put on the horsehair. Now the horsehair we don't ever touch with our hand, except for one spot a little bit closer to the frog, but the rest of it must not be touched with by any hand or else oil gets on it, and it could need a rehair if it has too much hand oil or dirt on it. Rosin, on the other hand, goes on the bow. We're going to take that rosin and every inch of horsehair, slide it up and down 4 or 5 times. This is going to give the bow a little bit of grip. Next is the bow hold. So take your right hand, this is going to be your bow hand, and you're going to place it close to the frog. I'm going to hold my bow with my viola hand, my left hand, as a bit of support. Start with your thumb, and your thumb should be curled, and we're going to put it in this gap here, not in this gap. This is going to create a little more grip. So the curled thumb goes right in this position. Next, you're going to add the pinky, and it's also going to sit more on the tip. Both fingers are holding the bow by their tips. A good test here is to just let go of the bow a little bit and see if you can start to build strength in both the thumb and the pinky. A few seconds a day will pay off. Next, we're going to use our ring finger and cover the eye of the frog. The middle finger is going to go kind of close to this gap here. And then there's this leather part of the bow, which we're going to put our pointing finger on and just lay it down. So it looks similar to this, and especially has almost like a circle I'm making with my fingers. Let me show you one more time. So thumb curled goes in the gap here. I'm going to touch a little bit of the horsehair here, and that's okay. Tip of the pinky, still curled. Next, ring finger, middle finger, pointing finger. Try for your first week just letting go and building that strength in those fingers as a start for your bow hold.